So once again, although I don't like talking about news on the channel, we're talking about news on the channel. And unless you live under a rock, you probably have Instagram. Not only should you be following me over there, but also there's been a lot of things going around in the Marvel community at the moment, putting out new rumors that I really want to discuss. I'm not going to waste any of your time, I'm going to jump straight into it. We're first going to talk about the Iron Man rumors and what this could mean for the future. First off, I want to talk about the rumored figures because I believe are the most interesting aspect of this set, considering some figures look to be brand new and some look to be reuses of old ones with maybe some updated designs. Like I say, take all of these figures with a pinch of salt. I'm reading this rumor based on promo bricks which have a relatively decent track record, but like I say, these figures are open to change between now and the set's release. We seem to finally be getting a Whiplash figure, which again seems a bit odd in the set like this, considering it seems to be based on Tony's apartment and not something like the F1 race, which if you ask me would be the smartest place to put a Whiplash figure, and considering we have a F1 car on the horizon here, it wouldn't have been a massive surprise to me if we had a Ivan Vanko, Tony Stark / Mark V, a Happy Hogan, Pepper Potts, in a that kind of set, rather than including it in what seems to be a Tony's Workshop type set. So as much as I'm excited for a Whiplash figure, I don't really understand why he's in this set, and it will be something I bring up when I come to do a review of this set. The post says it comes with his Mark 1 armor. Now I don't know whether this will be an over jacket type piece that you'd put on similar to how you put on armor, or whether it will just be a print. Most likely will just be a print, and then I personally hope the whips will be done in the same way the Dr. Octopus arms are done in the Daily Bugle, instead of replacing that grey stud between each section with a trans blue one. Super happy that this figure is finally supposedly being created and included in a set. He's definitely a worthwhile figure that we've needed for a long while to complete our Iron Man 2 lineup. Next we have Pepper Potts. It could be any variant of Pepper Potts. I would assume it's going to be the same one that comes in the Ironmonger set, just with a different hairpiece that's included on most Ginny Weasley figures from the Harry Potter series. And that's unfortunate because I'd like to see them at least do one very decent Pepper Potts figure with an exclusive face print and also some leg printing. I just don't know if we're likely to see that in this set. We seem to also be getting a James Rhodes and a Nick Fury in this set. Not really much to say about James Rhodes in this, apart from hopefully he'll come in the Mark II suit, which means we'd finally get a official Mark II figure rather than just using that Mark II that came in the previous set and then replacing the helmet with an old War Machine figure. And as this set is part of the Armor Rack expansion packs, you get 2 more Iron Man suits that are just designed to stay on the pedestals, giving us more Iron Man suits, which is always a good thing in my opinion. And these Iron Man suits are the Mark IV and the Mark 25. The Mark IV being a long-awaited figure which we've always wanted, so now we can display our Mark 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all on the same wall, similar to how we see in the films. We also get the Mark 25, which is a really unique set of armor using giant pincer pieces, which I really hope will be new, or some type of brick-built solution, and is a fantastic set of armor which should hopefully give some unique prints. There's also another figure included here that says it's going to be the Mark 85, but I just can't see any reason that the Mark 85 would be included in this set, so I don't believe that figure to be a real figure, and really hope they wouldn't waste the minifig slot by including a Mark 85. And like I've kind of been alluding to, I'm really not by what the set is rumored to be. I really don't like these Marvel expansion packs. They're definitely fun, and again lean more into the whole give them more minifigures kind of vibe. I'm really upset this set seems to be going down the route of just being another bog standard expansion, and I'm looking forward to getting things like the Audi R8, but having to build so many armor racks again, I'm just not looking forward to it, and especially with this set being rumored at $90, it just seems that it's going to be a really overpriced, uninteresting set to build. Of course I'll still get it because I want the figures and I want to review it for you guys, but unfortunately this just doesn't excite me as much as the other 2 sets that we've got on this list. As for a more interesting set, we have the buildable baby Groot, consisting of 476 pieces. Now that piece count is relatively important because there have been mocks of a buildable baby Groot consisting of relatively the same sort of piece count. Now if I'm honest, we don't really know much about this apart from it's based on Guardians of the Galaxy 2, seems to be similarly articulated like the Iron Man figure that's just come out, has a sticker plaque similar to that buildable Iron Man, and seems to have a buildable cassette tape of the soundtrack for that movie, which was Awesome Mix Volume 2. Now if I'm honest, I'm worried about this set, and the reason is because I've just made a video putting forward the idea that because Marvel brought out this Thor's hammer, it could potentially be the start of a Marvel Icons collection, which would be similarly scaled items to that Thor's hammer that all go together in a Hogwarts Icons fashion and create one giant display piece. Now this baby Groot would be an excellent icon as part of this Marvel collection, and some people could argue that the fact that we're getting a cassette tape and a buildable baby Groot, this is in line with what I was talking about with a buildable Icons collection, but the one thing that's got me worried is the price. Now $55 might seem like a fair bit for a set like this, but if I'm honest, if you're thinking about it in terms of scale, compared to something like that Thor's hammer, I reckon $55 is just too small of a number to get a buildable baby Groot in a similar scale to something like that Thor's hammer. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this scales when LEGO reveal the final set. I just hope that baby Groot doesn't look like the buildable Iron Man. But on to the final set here, which I think is very interesting, and that is a modular Sanctum Sanctorum. A set which I think has been in the works for a long time now, and something that I think is very obvious to make as part of LEGO's modular sort of lineup, similar to how we saw the Daily Bugle last year at roughly the same sort of time, the set consisting of 2,700 pieces, and also being in the price range of about $210. I think the most exciting thing about this is it's going to be modular scale, which means it'll fit in with people's cities, which I think is a very, very good thing, considering things like the Daily Bugle did that last year, and my double stacked one being personally one of my favourite sets that I have at the moment. I can see this Sanctum going great alongside it. I just hope it does look substantial like the Sanctum does in these films. But again, the most interesting part about this rumour is the minifigures that are rumoured to come alongside of it. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation going on what film this is going to be based on, considering we saw the Sanctum in No Way Home and as well we'll be seeing it in Multiverse of Madness. This Promo Bricks article says it's going to be based on the Multiverse of Madness, but I suspect that it could also be potentially based off of No Way Home as well, considering I would have thought Marvel would have wanted to put as many figures as they can in this set, similar to how they did with something like the Daily Bugle. Now, I don't think there's going to be 25 minifigures or anything like that, but I don't know if Doctor Strange 2 is going to have the amount of minifigures that we're going to need in a 200 and something pound set. Now, the figures they've got listed here is Doctor Strange, Wong, I'm guessing will be the same as we saw in the Garganto set, Scarlet Witch, most likely the same one from the CMF, Mordo, which I'm guessing will be exclusive to this set, Iron Man, which I'm guessing is going to be the superior Iron Man, considering he's heavily rumoured to be in this film, and then a weird one to me is Spider-Man. Now, I know there's rumours of it being Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but I'm honestly not sure if he'd show up again this soon, so I think the more likely candidate is probably Tom Holland's Spider-Man, maybe an old homage to the previous set and including Iron Spider again, that would be pretty cool, and then there being the two mystery figures to deal with, which people are saying are variants of Doctor Strange, which could totally be true. I'd love to see a Defender Strange figure, but also could be someone like Ned and MJ, considering that Spider-Man is included in this set, and like I say, if it's Tom Holland Spider-Man and it's a No Way Home set as well as a Multiverse of Madness set, there's a potential of these other figures being maybe enemies from Spider-Man. Very unlikely, but could still happen. Now, like I say, these are all rumours and very dependent on change. I've shared my opinions on these three sets, and I think overall Marvel's going in the correct direction with making these, at least last two sets, relatively interesting, and honestly can't wait to look at them when they come out, especially that baby Groot, considering I made that video the other day about the start of the Marvel Icons collection. Oh wait, you haven't seen it? Well, you should click the screen then.